Yo, what's up, guys? How you doing? Shady, Samuel, Lane, what's up, you guys? Welcome to the stream. We're gonna be getting some good Iridium mapping done today. Darian, what's up? Hey, a lot of guys, how y'all doing? We are working on some cool stuff today. Um, I'm working on I'll wait till a couple people get in here. But I think that we got some exciting stuff today. Let me grab my stream settings here. Yeah, so if you guys haven't seen my announcements on the Discord server, there's a lot of cool new areas I've been working on the past couple days and weeks. If you haven't seen the announcements, there's this new area which I've been working on called Exitium Mountain, which is it actually comes from the Latin word for destruction or ruin, which is where the treasures of ruin, like Qian Pao, Wo Qian, are all gonna be. There's gonna be so I also have some screenshots of Prism Cave, which is this neat area. There's a lot of cool stuff. I'll show this all again on in a little bit for people who are just joining. But made these custom tiles myself, and there's some really neat neat areas here, like the Prism Cliffs, which has a lot of like cool features in it. There's these ledges you get to walk on. There's this like open, like snowy area. A lot of that neat stuff. You got some like ice spikes, which I find to be like pretty neat. And yeah, there's a lot of ice puzzles. And today we're going to be working on this this area that I just made the tile set for yesterday. So there's going to be I can give you a little rundown. So this is the full area. If you haven't seen Borealis Fields, this is this like Aurora area, which is pretty neat. Yeah, so this is connected to the rest of the worlds through this cave right here. And then if you've been in the past couple streams, you've seen me working on all of these different areas. So we got like all these cool like crystals, and yeah, this is all custom tiles I made recently, so super exciting stuff. What's up, Sticks? Yeah, so for the game to be finished, so yeah, a lot of people have been asking me like what the status is on it. Basically I am making an entirely new like region, so I'm like I'd say about halfway through mapping it. It takes a while because there's a lot of different areas that are like totally unique. Like these tiles are like brand new, and so making the tiles takes a while. And obviously like you said, balancing and debugging needs to happen. So that's all like gonna take a while. It's gonna be a long game, so there's gonna be a lot of balancing that goes into it. Scripting is going to be a big thing. That's going to be a big time constraint because all these areas need NPCs, they need wild Pokemon, they need scripted encounters, they need like story writing is pretty time intensive, as well as like actually like putting it in the game, making sure it works, making sure like variables and flags are all that are good. Probably the biggest time constraint is going to be coming from scripting and mapping, and so that's like what we're still working on now. I have a pretty good idea of like mapping out like the trainers and stuff. I have a pretty good idea of like the balance and everything. So it's all stuff I'm going to be working on once the maps are done. But I need to have the map done first, obviously, in order to like actually know like what am I going to do for the story, what am I going to do scripting, all this. So yeah. So mapping is basically has to get done first before anything else. So let me give you a quick rundown of like what we're trying to map today. So the area ends with this spot here. So you're going to be climbing up through the caves. Eventually you're going to get through this doorway, and this doorway is going to take you through here. And so you're going to walk up this staircase, and we're going to come out this door right here. And that's going to lead us to the outdoor portion of Exitium Mountain, which is where the treasures of ruin are all going to be. And so that's where we are today. And this tile set was made from the Victory Road tiles. I don't think I have it up right now, but the Victory Road from Black and White 1, I recolored them, I made new tiles out of them using the textures, and this is basically how, this is the result of that. So my idea is I'm going to have this like cliffside slope here, and it can be easily done. So, and we can grab this guy. So a lot of this is going to be tile placement today, which is a little bit more enjoyable to watch than normal tile ripping streams. So we're going to be, also, if you want to use this tile set, I'm going to make it publicly available once I am like done using it and it's like finished, because like there's stuff I have to tweak still and make sure like tiles line up, all that good stuff. So I'm not withholding it because I don't want you guys to use it, but I want to make sure it actually like does what it's supposed to do and all that good stuff. So yeah, we are gonna be, so this tile set's kind of interesting because it's so tall. That's like a big challenge in like dealing with tile sets sometimes. It's like the heights of everything, especially on mountainsides. You have these areas where you're like way higher in some places than others, and that can cause like interesting camera clipping to happening. And so that's something you have to be aware of when you're making these. But I think the cliffside is going to work out nicely. Yeah, so this is going to need to be switched here. There we go. And let's get that doorway in there. If you guys are just hopping into the stream, we're working on mapping this place called Exitium Cliffs, which is a place where we're going to be finding the treasures of ruin monsters. So I'm looking. What's up, HD? How you doing, man? We're getting some fun mapping in. This is, oh, we're getting some Z clipping right there. I like it. Yeah. So the idea is we're going to be walking on this like kind of rock face. You're going to be kind of zigzagging. I think I have some good reference images, but it's best, I think, for now just to try to draw it out rather than explain it. So it's going to be like this mountain ridgeway here. And then I have some darker tiles for this area below. Is there a concept for the story? Yeah, the idea is the overarching like plot arc I kind of have down already. It's mostly just like actually getting the details down and written, and that's going to be probably the most time consuming part of this project, is like actually getting the story scripted, because I want it to be like, you know, pretty well written and stuff. I don't want it to be cringy. I want there to be good character development, and that's all going to take a while. Yeah, I made these tiles yesterday, actually. What are you sure? These are, if you check Discord, Iridium dev from yesterday, you'll see a lot of these. But yeah, they're actually made out of, Victory Road tiles, but I basically made my own models out of them. And then I put the different textures onto these like models, and then they are nicely tileable as long as things line up. It took a little while yesterday, about like 2 or 3 hours to get it all done, but yeah, it's I'll be posting them for everyone to use once I'm like fully finished with them, making sure everything is like working. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to make good storylines. It's hard coming up with the original stories and stuff that is interesting, for sure. The a cool thing with this map is that it actually reaches, on average, like from it almost reaches a height total of about like 30 tiles. Yeah, I have the overall plot, but not the dialogue yet. And yeah, there's a couple of like really important like landmarks in the story that I've had for like over a year now, kind of planned out, because this hack's been obviously taking like a while. A lot of the early development of this hack was mainly working on like getting all the structures in the ROM to work before I even like set out on any of the rest of the stuff, and like knowing that it would like work. And now that that's done, like title screen, like general plot scripting, intro scripting, like all that stuff takes like a really long time. It's just like very time intensive, because there's just a bunch of like early game just requires so much scripting because you're setting the stage for the story, and that's the hard part. Maybe not hard, but it's the most time consuming part. But now that that's over, most of this development time is all spent mapping, and I really want the maps to be like very unique and like basically like tiles people have never used before. I think that's gonna like really set it apart. I'm not really taking donations now, but like if you want to like subscribe on YouTube to my channel, that's like the best way you can help me. Just like getting the word out that I'm making this. Honestly, it's just like all I really want from people is like just to have a good time playing it. So if like that's all, that's really it, you know. So as long as that's happening, that's all I really care about. Yeah, so let's grab this guy like this. So this mountainside is going to be I had an earlier mock-up of this, and the idea is that yeah, that video, yeah, sticks it, yeah, that video I had of getting the touchscreen working, dude, that Articuno took me like 8 hours to like get to work. It was like a full day process on the weekend. But yeah, we have a lot of really cool tiles here. We have like these walkway tiles, we got like these bridge tiles, we got like these like cracks in the wall. But the general idea is that we're going to be connecting to a village, and I'm going to need to get like village tiles and stuff. But I'm like super excited for how this is like turning out. This is honestly one of my favorite tile sets that I've ever made. And there's a lot, I think there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff I can do with camera angles here to make it like super immersive. So keep in mind the camera is going to be like around here. So this is about the scope of what you can see. So you'll be able to see a little bit below and a little bit above, but like you're not going to be able to see the whole zoom out here. So there's going to be a lot of things that are barely on the screen. We might have to do some tile ripping today because there are some areas here that I need extra tiles for, but I really hope to get like most of the exterior done today. That would be great. Should be -8. Yeah. Granite Mountains, yeah. Also, guys, how's the music volume? Is it too loud, too quiet? Can you hear it all right? Because I'm jamming right now, but I hope it's not going to blast your eardrums. Pretty quiet. I'm going to turn up just a tiny bit. There we go. If that's too loud, you can't hear me, let me know. Okay. So this guy's gonna need to be at level 8. There we go. So you can make these cool, make maybe a tiny bit quieter. Okay. There we go. I think that's a good spot right here. This top layer right here is going to be mostly not visible, but it's just going to be there so that there's a little bit of extra padding on the model so that you can actually, so there's nothing, you don't see any gaps in the void. So that's a big thing with these like maps you're designing. You want to make sure like the void and like the black background is not like visible anywhere. So that's what we're trying to do here. And of course, with any outdoor map like this, the heights, what I'm doing here, are like super important. These are kind of the meat and bones of getting all your tiles to line up right, and also one of the more time-consuming parts. Fortunately, we don't have too many different layers, so it's not a big deal this time around. It needs to be 8. There we go. That looks good. Great. And so you're not going to be able to see above this because your camera's going to be like this, so we don't really need to do anything more. Luis, how you doing? Progress is slow but steady. I'm pretty happy with everything that I've been doing. So I can't complain, honestly. Can't complain. I'm trying to think about whether or not I'll be able to see this like area down here. Probably the best thing to do is to make a darker version of this. So I'll show you guys my process of making these tiles real quick. So if I take this texture here, you can see in the bottom right, if I click on this, it'll open it up in Photoshop and be able to make another layer just that's like darker. You don't want to use vertex colors here because you don't want things to be glowing at night. And so here's the texture, and we can go image, adjustments, and we can go into the saturation and lightness. We can just crank the lightness down, and you see how it gets like darker? We can use that for like the bottommost area, and then we're just gonna export that image. We're gonna use all the same models. Just call this like the bottom gray, and then I can go into this tile right here. That's like the side, like the slope tile. Can duplicate it, and I can add a new texture to it, just the extra dark one. And so I just move you down here. Yep. And so I can make you like this, and there you go. This is one of my favorite songs from the soundtrack. This one is called Monster Surprised You. It's from Xenoblade. I've been listening to a lot of Xenoblade music recently. It's one of my... this is from Xenoblade 2, if you've played it. So here's an interesting thing about this map. It reaches really high, and there's a limit to how many heights you can do in DS Map Studio. As you can see, this isn't all the way as far down as I want it, so what I can do is I can just go into here and just drop the tile down by 1. Now it lines up. It's pretty neat. So if I want to make all the rest of the tiles, I just have to go like this, duplicate, move them here, and then I can just replace the textures with the darker version. And it's like super simple to do. This is one of the reasons why DS Map Studio is just so easy to use. Like you can make new tiles, duplicate, recolor things like super easy as long as you have like the texture for it. And I also have this like gray tile here. I want to do the same, give it the same treatment. So I'm just gonna go image, adjustments, and go into the, and I think I did like negative like 44. So I'm gonna do a negative 44 for this one. Yeah, no, this is, no, you're thinking of it. You're thinking of the right one. Yeah, I use You Will Know Our Names for some trainers. Yeah, I also used it in Garbage Gold too. It shares some of the soundtrack, which HD, if you're still here, people really liked those soundtracks that you did. They got. I watched one guy was streaming the game. I think he's in my Discord, the Uzi Gunner, and he was super hype about the Xenoblade music. So people have been definitely enjoying that. So that's always nice to see. Need to go re-add that other texture. There we go. Now we can take this guy. You're doing Colony 9? Nice. How's that turning out? HD, can you remind me? I don't remember if you've played the Xenoblade games. I know you've like heard of them and obviously stuff like that, but I don't remember if you've like how much experience you have with them. I think you told me before, but I forgot. Great, so now all those are lined up down there. Now we can just finish this off like this. Like this. One thing I've learned while I've been mapping for the years that I have is I'm a lot more willing now to like redo areas I don't like the first time. I think that's a good thing because I've been making good adjustments to areas that I'm like, oh, I could do this better. I used to not do that. I used to just say, good enough. But I think that like being willing to just redo something is like can be really good. So that's something I think that's just part of the artistic process. Alright. For now, you're still on. Needs to do the loop. Turns out okay for now, but I'll get a better idea and I just do. Nice. Yeah, if you want to send me any like preview stuff, I'd be happy to show it on stream if you want. You don't have to, but if you're interested. You know Xenoblade by name, but you've never played any. It's really good. The mechanics for battling is kind of difficult sometimes, but it's like one of those things you just like kind of get used to after a while. I'll probably finish it before the end of stream. Sick. Yeah, if you want to share it, I'd love to showcase it. All right. So now that we have this area, I'm getting second thoughts on how I want to structure this. I think I actually want to, maybe make this area a little bit bigger. Just like more walking room. Maybe I do that over here. Maybe it opens up into a bigger area. I think that's what I want to do because I want to have room for some more like, what's up Green Blossom, how you doing? I want to have some room for some more features and details. So let's make this open up into a little bit of a bigger area. And so this is going to be an area where there's probably going to be a gauntlet of trainers or stuff. This in Final Fantasy? Yeah, I've never played Final Fantasy either. Aren't there like a lot of those games? I think people have like similar like, they like if you like one, you kind of like the other. It's kind of the vibes I got. Like 16 of them? Yeah, I that's what I thought. It was I thought there was like 12 of them. Dang, they're cranking them out. One of my favorite RPGs is definitely Dragon Quest. Still waiting for Flames of Fate to come out. But that'll probably be a couple of years before that happens. They're taking their good old time on it, but it's better to have a good game than a rushed game always. The same thing with Iridium. Like I get it. If you're gonna do a good job on something, it's just gonna take a while. Oh, all right. There's those tiles. Those are good. Rush the game out or don't. Yeah. Yeah, Dragon Quest. I would honestly recommend just doing the most recent ones on the Switch. Dragon Quest 11 is really good. Like I played I played Dragon Quest 11 and 9. I played 9 growing up and I really liked it. It's not like looking back, it's not as good as I thought it was. Like it always is that way when you're looking back at old games. It's like, okay, I mean it's good in some places, but it's not. It doesn't have any like modern quality of life features, and it can be really grindy. But DQ11, they did a good job with. All right, let's rearrange this just a little bit. So this is gonna be here, 1, 2. So do like that. Okay, boom. Yes, the area is quite a mess now. You have to modify the heights quite a bit. Yeah, it always looks good top down, then you go like this, and you're like, oh, that's not right. That's not good. Like this. Nice. There you go. That's fixed. I'm super looking forward to showing you guys all the detail stuff that I have planned for this. There's some really neat stuff. At least I think so. Yeah, so it's a nice little like ridge here. Might make another little alcove over here. We'll see. Okay, let's get you guys in here. This would be negative 15. Like that. Great, those line up perfectly. Let's get you here. Bada bing, bada boom. Nice. Now we have things lined up quite nicely. I really am enjoying this gradient. Yeah, doing heights is always really annoying. You can always copy and paste them between layers, which is what I do a lot, and that helps out a ton. You can just do them for one layer, then paste them, but I mean, you still have to do them anyway. Got this here. All right. So usually at this point in a map, I will start doing the detail work. For other parts of it. Alright, so this is like the general idea. This is the general framework for the stuff we're working on. Now, I have some really neat tiles. I have these like dark pillars, and I'm trying to figure out where I want to put them, because this is kind of neat. Just feels a little cramped. So what I might do here is I might just back this up by like 1 or 2, and just do this. Either side of the door? Yeah, I might I might need to make it more room for that, actually. And I'll also have to, yeah, so you can see when I change one thing, I gotta change it in a bunch of spots. Why is this guy being so annoying? What's going on here? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? You need to, that guy's in the way. Yep, this guy needs to be backed up. What's up, Haruto? How you doing? Yeah, I'd like to put these on either side of the door. I think I might need to back some stuff up if I do that. Actually, no, I don't think I need to. I think I can make that work. It just won't be totally symmetric. That's alright, though. Also, these little doors are just, they're single planes. That's it. It's kind of interesting to see how that's done. Alright, I'll put you right here. So getting this door to align properly here was not an easy task. It was you have to make sure that it's close so that you can't like see parts of it, but also not too close that it's like clipping into it. That can be annoying. Yeah, so let's get some details here. What layer are you on? Let's keep these all on the same layer. So I could do like this. And grid based. I'm gonna have to have basically both of these tiles be warp tiles, but that's okay. Yeah, the pillars are basically let me see if I can find I'm gonna search up what the reference image is for this. Yeah, so let me see if I can pull it up here. Hello. So these are kind of the vibes I was going for. How there's you kind of see it here, but there's like it's sort of like this Chinese like mountain temple area. I forget what these are called. You see that opening from the camera angle this area will have? Which opening are you talking about? Like the doorway? Yeah, probably not. So what I'm gonna have to do is probably drop this guy down to here. Yeah, this is gonna look different. This is gonna look weird from top down, but it's gonna look better this way. Yeah. But yeah, this is the inspiration. My wife actually did some Google searching for this. And There's these really neat like mountains like that have like kind of temples on them, like this kind of deal here. This is like where kind of where the inspiration comes from. So I think it's pretty neat. What kind of tiles are you gonna use for the building? Still working on that. So this area isn't gonna have the temples yet. It's gonna lead up to them. That's the idea. So there's gonna be a village here, and you're gonna explore the village and stuff. But this is like the route leading up to it. So yeah, there's also tiles I have for pathways. It's like I have these tiles. I think those are the ones I used over there. Yeah. So there's path tiles. I need a little bit more room for them, so I was gonna use those like here, I think. So this is the idea. How did I do this over here? Ah, that was offset. Got it. That's what I did. Yeah. So this would go like this. And then do something like this. This. So you have, yeah, we get a little bit of Z clipping here. So basically this just needs to be on a different layer. So this needs to be put over here on this layer so that it's just overlaying it like that. That. This is our little like walkway area. Can do a similar thing over here. That and like that. That. And then once again, I need to fix the Z clipping. Do one of these. Alright. Would be really cool is if I had like some torches here. That'd be interesting. I think that'd make it look really neat. So I want to use this is kind of where I want to use the pillars. Put something like equi-spaced. Still trying to figure out exactly how I want to set these up, but this is kind of the idea. Something like this. Yeah, like wall torches. I have those from another area that I could probably use here. I also have some, I think from as buildings in Emerald Edge I could probably use, but those would need to be placed like later, and they probably won't be able to be placed now. And another cool thing that we can do is put wall decorations. I want to do it on its own layer, so it's probably fine on this. But there is these like cracks I can put in the walls, which I really like. I think these look really cool. These like, this also gives me like PMD vibes, like Mystery Dungeon, like the future vibes. Yeah, the cracks really add a lot of like flavor to it. There's also like this like big crack area here. I don't really know how else I can decorate that. There's also these like trees that are hanging on for dear life. I have to drop the tiles spacing down a little bit. Yes, this is the decoration layer. We'll just do this. you're gonna have like the tree kind of like hanging on for dear life down here. I think it is also kind of interesting that like the color of the tree breaks up the monotony of everything. Put a tree here, a tree here. It's kind of like stuck there. There's also little tufts of grass. Also these little tufts of, I can put like one of these. I think I want this probably on a different layer. Right here. Yep, I can have a little bit of grass like grabbing onto the wall there. So I think like having the right music here is also going to be very important. I think like having something kind of like a creepy soundtrack or something that's kind of like intense would work really well. That pillar looks like it's going to get in the way, so I don't want to have that there. Church bells, yeah, something like that, something intense. These are going to need to be dropped down to their respective heights that they belong at. Like some tufts like here and here could be good. Maybe one here, here, maybe some cracks like that. They kind of blend in, which is good, so they add like detail, but not too much. I think we also want some grass up here so you can get like a wild encounter. So some dried out grass could be like a really nice touch here. Also, I want to make this a little bit snowy, and getting that to like look nice here might be difficult. I have a couple of ideas, but I'm not set on anything quite yet. I also have a pretty interesting idea for something to do here. I think this would be really cool. I want to try this out. Yeah, I have a really cool idea. This is going to require a blender just a little bit, but I think it's going to look really neat. I think the torches are really going to help here too. Yeah, okay, so let's move this up by 1. Let's move this here, and let's this, that. Yeah, I'm gonna do a bridge that avoids. Yeah, it'll make sense in a second. One of these pillars is going to be falling over. You're going to have to take a bridge around it. I'm a big fan of making things kind of like broken, like, and turn those into obstacles. I think that's just like kind of fun to do. Let's get rid of you. This. Put you up there, like that. I gotta do the same thing down here. Like that. Like that. This is part of what I meant before by like the willingness to go back and like make things better. Yeah, so let's do this. And now we're gonna do a little bit of Blender magic on this. So we can go here, I can export this. Actually, I don't even need to export it. I can just open Blender and open it from there. Here. Let's actually import that the correct way. YZ. Import. Okay. So this is our. Oh. Let's export this with the right texture on it. Alright. Import this? Okay, great. So now what we want to do is we want to like tip this thing over. So this is going to require two things. This is going to require us to take this and then like, I think we want to rotate it this way. Like so. Make that 90-degree rotation. And then we're going to need to angle it a little bit. Like this. I think that's the top. Yep. Let's rotate it maybe just a little bit more. Like this. Great. Like this. And then we can take this rectangle, rotate, and move it like this. Let's rotate a little bit more so it's lined up. Now we can take a single side like this and stretch it out. And then lastly, we can take this guy and scooch it down like this. And boom, there you have it. This is how you make a shadow with a new thing like this. Boom, there it is. So let's export. We'll just call it pillar tipped. Make sure you export YZ the correct way. Let's add tile. And let's go to where we exported that. Great. So here it is. And we can have this guy over here. So what I think would be nice is to do something like this. So this pillar tipped over. I think that actually looks pretty nice. What do you guys think? My wrist is a little bit stiff. Back in the kitchen, boys. So because that's downed, I'm basically going to have to use a bridge somewhere. I think it'd be neat. We had a bridge. Let me actually duplicate and rotate this. Duplicate, rotate, and then shift you over. Make you wide tileable. So it'd be neat if I could do something like this. And so this is a bridge that I could make connect over on this side. Like this. I might make it in between pillar just so that it doesn't float there awkwardly. So we would have a pillar like this. I might run out of room if I do this. We might need to actually move it down further. Let's try that out. This is gonna take a little bit of messing around to get right, I think. So this is again what I was talking about with like just being willing to redo stuff as like new ideas come up, and I am getting better about this instead of just being like, good enough, because you know I want it to look good. So I think this needs to be like this, and then like this. So there's going to be like an intermediate bridge area there. Like this, like this, like this. And then I'll have to get the other side of it too. How goes the mapping? It's going. Honestly, it's going. Darian, we have worked on this so far, and it's going. It's going slow, but you know, we're getting there. I think what I'm doing here is actually pretty fun right now. I think this is going well. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna need to put rear-facing tiles on this. Let's do that now before I forget. This. And like this. Yep, so now these have backsides on them. You can't really see that there anyway from the camera angle. The camera angle is going to be sort of like this. Actually, you kind of can see it, so I do want to maybe make that a little bit better. Boom. Now I just need to raise it up. Like that. Great, now it's aligned, and now I just need to make everything else around it make sense. Like that. This is gonna be a little bit messy. Alright, heights are almost lining up now. And we got one offender over here. Needs to be -8. There we go. And these guys go like this. Go like this. Fill this guy in. This guy needs to be taken out. So, and then this, like that. All right. There we go. Perfect. And now over here, I can just make a little protrusion. Do you want to maybe erase some of these? And then we can construct like this. Okay, let's push this back 1, 2. This. Go. Alright, now we need to protrude this out just a little bit so that I can connect these two things together. This is probably a fine spot to do it. And like this. This. We want you. This. Let's move this detailing somewhere else where it's like more appropriate, I guess. Let me grab this. Just like that. There we go. This is what I've been trying to do. So there's gonna be two different areas. Let's move the pillar over one. Like that. So the pillar fell down, and now you have to take this bridge around it. I can fill in the details over here. Also simplifies this part too, which is nice. There we go. Good. Okay. This is actually looking quite nice now. So here's the full like little area. And we need to put obviously some more details in it and such. I think it'd be also neat to maybe make another pillar. It looks like this. Maybe tilted. How many tiles do I want to be tilted? Just one. Got it. This isn't gonna be leaning up against the wall. Alright, let's move this one over. Perfect. Let's do this. This needs to be shifted just a little bit. Let's do negative 0.07. Yep, there we go. So we have a couple of pillars now that are tipped over. I think we can also probably do some like scraggly dead trees down below. I think the get a couple more cracks in here. Like that, like that. It's giving the vibes I want. I'm very happy with it so far. And we do have some fallen trees. Can maybe put these down here? I don't know how this is gonna look. Yeah, I think those could be neat down there. Have some small jagged rocks under the second bridge? Yeah, for sure. There is actually one from CTR map that I wanted to rip, but I never actually did it. So let's actually open that up. Or wait, actually I think I already have that in my Blender file. Should be in here, I think. Yeah. I think there is this guy. Yeah. This is probably fine. We'll just call this jagged. We'll just have to switch the texture out, but that's okay. This will probably look nice down here. These rocks. Obviously these are going to be different colors, but yeah. That's gonna, I think that'll really seal it, having some jagged rocks down there. This is a wall texture, is that right? Oh, these are... Yes, that texture. I can probably just use one of the other wall textures for this, if I'm being totally honest. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. These look pretty neat. I think the darker version is good. We might be able to go like lighter than this, maybe. Just a little bit lighter. Yeah, we can make maybe a couple here. What do you guys think about this? These like little rocks down here. I think it adds some good like character to it. Maybe like another one here. Yeah, I think that's good. Jordan, good idea. Thanks for the suggestion. Yo, what's up, Dribble? Dribble? I've seen Kingdom Deus hacking a lot. How you doing? You're working on a bunch of other, your own mapping, right, for Heart Golds? I've seen some of it in, you've been posting every now and again. It's pretty cool stuff. I'm gonna be posting this tile set hopefully soon, like week or two, once it's like done, like with everything. Yeah, we could also do. Let's we could also make we could duplicate this and just like have a darker one too. Like just go like darker version. I don't know. Like that. All scripting. Oh, scripting's tough. That takes so long. Even if you know what you're doing, it just it's time consuming. I think different color rocks down here is good. I think different size rocks would also be neat. So let me do a pro gamer move here. This is gonna be a really silly way of doing this, but I think I think it'll work. Good dark. And then we can go in here. Like this. What you can always do is just like stretch out the top of it. Like this. Go boop. Like that. You can like stretch it in other directions so that's not like all homogeneous. If we want to make the UVs look better, we could maybe try doing that too. Let's go face mode. Bring you over here. I think. Ooh, we probably don't want to stretch that. Actually, I wonder if we should like do this. Yeah, slight rotation would be great. Yeah, that's a good idea. I want different height rocks too. So like this one's kind of funky looking, so it doesn't look all like uniform. So just call this like jagged tall. You can just like mess around with it in Blender. Let's just duplicate, replace. Yeah, you guys just if you guys have more suggestions, just keep them coming. I'd love to try some stuff out. Yeah, so we got a little bit of a taller one. We can rotate this guy. Let's duplicate and rotate. Oh yeah. So this is kind of a cool angle for it. I'll be able to. That actually kind of doesn't look too bad. It looks like it is like a little like jut out right there. Sticks. Nice to have you around, buddy. Hope you have a great rest of your day. See you later, man. Alright, and then like this? Maybe... Let's just like rotate a bunch of them. I like just flipping it like this. Oh. Like that. Actually, I think one more rotation, like this is probably fine. And let's just get rid of this guy. Yeah, these are cool. These are good. We can also just like make this like super tall. It's also an option. Just like, whoop. Just like spikes like that. And I could do like a slight rotate, like this. Let's go like that. Yeah, there we go. Alright, cool. Just replace this guy. Tall boy. Yeah, he's taller, but you don't really see it too much because of the camera angle. So what if we put you like back here? Also not very visible. Yeah, we could do. We wanted more room for rocks down here. Just do this. Like that. Like this. And just like put the these here. Yeah. Like that. Now you have room for more rocks over here. We can try more stuff out over here. Like that. Like that. I have to drop them down. Like that. Yeah. That's it. This looks a whole lot better. The jagged rocks idea was fantastic. I like how these kind of like clip into it. It actually looks. I kind of like that actually. You can also have some more downed trees. You here. Yeah, I like this. I like this a whole lot. This is like some really good good like rock formation, the good stuff here. What else do you guys think would look nice here? Also, there's bridge tiles that I wanted to see from tile sharing. I think this is by Mr. Ham here. Yeah, so there's these like these like bridge tiles I think would look really good. And I think I want to try some of those out. So I'm gonna open up. So big shout out to Mr. Ham for doing this in Kingdom of DS Hacking. He went through and like ripped every single cave tile and like rearranged them and made tiles out of them from Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I don't really use Heart Gold and Soul Silver tiles a ton, but these are good. These are really good. Well, they're well done tiles, and they're the models I need. So I can probably just change out some. So he made all of this. It's just insane. It's just a model for each of the caves. I think he has got. I don't know if they're in here being used because those are all vanilla replications. But I think he's got some bridge tiles in here. Now I have not looked through them yet, so this is gonna be interesting to find them. Like he ripped all this stuff and rearranged all this stuff. It's actually crazy. So much work went into this. Imagine a bunch of it is like retexturing and such, but that's still like takes a while. What are these? Oh, these are all shadow tiles. Very cool. Yeah, a bit of water would be cool. I'm not really sure how I would do that off the top of my head right now. I don't know of any like water parts like in any maps anywhere that are like partial, like little trickles. I think there's some buildings maybe that could be useful. Ooh, this is a nice. Ooh, some small caves in the walls. Yeah, yeah. Okay, all the bridges are down at the bottom. Neat. Ooh, this is a really cool texture right here. How does this work? Ooh, this is perfect. This is actually perfect. What is this? Oh, it's like a spider web. Very cool. What is this? Oh, this is one of those pillars. Oh my gosh. Dude, he did so much work. And there's interior stuff in here too? What on earth? Wild. These are actually perfect for what I want to do. They're actually exactly what I need. He's got these pillars. Oh, dude, this is actually perfect. This is actually perfect. All right, let's import some tiles. Yeah, shout out Mr. Ham. You were I'm gonna have to tell him about using these because they're so this is gonna help me so much. All right, let me. Yeah, I'm having this up on the other screen. I just want to add all of them, to be honest. Yeah, I think we want to start here. I'm gonna add all of these actually, because the chance of me needing them is pretty high. Yeah, it's Mechanical Rhythm HD. Yeah, you would know. Thanks for making that track, by the way. It's not an easy one to port either. It's like definitely not like conducive to the native Heart Gold Cell Solar sound fonts. How do you feel about it? Like now that you've made it, how do you like, do you feel like you did a good job? How is it like, do you think it's a good song? Like, what are your thoughts? You had trouble with the guitars? Yeah, there's a lot of different electric guitars. That's very valid. I love this song. It's so good. Yeah, I tried to do this one myself once, and it was tough. We got some bridge tiles. You have some very short notes in black white twos. The guitar sucks at doing that, especially on low notes. Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally get that. No, I totally understand. How's Colony 9 coming? Oh, also, I joined that French guy's Discord server that you were talking about. can't understand a lot of what they're saying, but yeah, the guy who said was gonna stream Garbage Gold. I joined the Discord. Nice, glad it's going well. Those probably should not be here. These probably should be on a different. Oh, this is such a good song. Oh my gosh, this one always gives me chills. This one is called A Tragic Decision. Ooh, it's so good. I'm gonna turn this one up just a little bit for you guys. If you can hear it more than you can hear me, that's okay, because this is just such a good song. Like, please enjoy this. You figured through the middle of it that the MIDI you used sucked, and oh, it lacked instruments? I didn't know that. Dang. So I took another one and used... Oh, you found a different one online? That's really cool. The chorus, the choir in this, so good. It always plays at the super dramatic parts of the game. Oh, so good. I'm really happy with how this tile set turned out, you guys. I am really digging it. The fact that the game is very hard makes you enjoy it even more because he's a tryharder. Nice. Well, I'm glad he's enjoying it. That's always fun. Yeah, I got that vibe from a bunch of his titles. I didn't understand all like the titles of his because he posts stuff on his announcement channels, and I was like, I got the vibe from it that he seemed like one of those guys. So that's good. I'm gonna need a backdrop, background right here, but that I can do it probably in another stream. Okay, so this area I can probably finish up here, like this. He's very fun to watch. He's just a normal geek, dude. That's awesome. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, I mean, I'm very much that same way. Right. Neat. Right. So this area is mostly like. Oh, this is such a. Wait, this is so good. This is Zanza the Divine. This is the final boss music from Xeno 1. Such a good one. Ooh. Is there an order you should do the Xenoblade games in? Yeah, just go in chronological order. So just go, I think it's like 1x, 2, 3. And just play the DLC after each one of them. But yeah, definitely do them in order. What I've heard is that Xenoblade 1 and 2, you can play those in any order because they're like parallel stories. But Xenoblade 3, you want to play after them because like it depends on the first two stories. Like they kind of tie in 1 and 2 together in Xenoblade 3. So just like as long as you don't play 3 before them, then like you're good. Um, I'd play them in order because I think I haven't played 3 yet. Going too soon, but I've heard that Xenoblade 3's combat is similar to 2, so yeah. So you got the bridge like that. I need to figure out how these tiles work together. I think he posted pictures here. Oh, I see. Okay, so I don't think we want that tile there. This maybe? Yeah, I think that's what this is supposed to be, like at the very edge here. Yeah, nice. Gosh, these tiles are so good. So, yeah, like this. Obviously, I'm gonna have like something down there. What's up, Speedy? How you doing, man? All right, so we could do Where does this thing go? Oh, those are part of those tiles. Okay, okay, okay. Two, three, four, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I think something like this connecting these two areas is going to be pretty cool. I'm going to need bless me. So I can just paste this layer and then just drop it by like -5. And does that work? No, it needs to be -4. They almost line up. Not quite though. I don't think you can really see it from like the normal camera angle. So like if you're like this, I guess you kind of can. Might be all right though. And I just do this on like the other side, like this. Yeah. So you kind of get the idea here. This is gonna connect like two mountains together, basically. You know, it would be an even better idea. I just export this by itself. Which one am I using? Actually, I want to get the exact one. This one. Let's export. And then we can put this in Blender. We can modify it. I need to make it like super long. Yes, this is just one tile. I believe these can actually go up to 8 tiles before they have to have a new polygon. I think that's the general rule. So we can make them, we can just make these super, super deep, super long. Go UVs. So I guess this is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so those can be stretched probably a little bit longer. Okay. Oop. Missed one here. Okay. This can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. That should be pretty easy to do. Also, this is a great song. This is the this is from the DLC of Xenoblade 1. It's really good. Alright, so then we're gonna do this, and we're gonna go S, Y, and we're gonna, I think, just double it in size. Actually, wait, no, just S in the Y direction. You just want to do this, move you up. Boom, there it is. So this will be even lower. Should be exactly what we need. All right. Yeah. These are slightly lighter. Why is that? Oh, are these vertex colored? They might be. Okay, it's a good thing I caught that then. There we go. This needs to be down by -8. Boom, there you go. There's the long pillars we need right here. Here we go. There it is. I don't think you're gonna be able to see. Yeah. You'll be able to see pretty deep down. So there we go. Super deep. There we go. That's as deep as that's gonna go. You have to take care of this shadow here. But I'm super happy with how this is turning out. Yeah. Alright, y'all. So I need to eat dinner because I'm a hungry boy. But we did some awesome mapping today. We got this whole like mountain cliff area done, which is like pretty sick. Yeah, we did all of this in about 2 hours, getting this entrance here, some pillars. It's not done by any means. I'm gonna probably keep editing it and all that good stuff. We got some cool rocks down here. We got good bridges, this and that. We got a bridge for Mr. Ham that I did a bit of modification on. I might change the texture on this. I think it still kind of goes though. I think it goes with the areas like color, so that's pretty neat. But yeah, that's all for me for today, you guys. A bit of a short stream, just under 2 hours. So I hope you have a great rest of your night. See ya.